Not want a Spark to get on top of them, because that's where the Spark really do shine. They've got so many good players on their perfect roles, or not perfect roles, sorry, their perfect heroes. They have Gushwei on the Monkey, they have Shy on the Echo, Bernard's going to be on that Zarya. He actually gets dominated first, and you can see how difficult it is to jump into the team, Vicky. Like, you're jumping into so many stuns, Immortality Field, and Feather 2, who's going to be sitting there shotgunning any large hitbox target in the face as soon as they try and jump
around the wall for protection. You have Architect, and the Death Blossom from Architect. He seems to find Feather in the side room, but Feather's gonna back off as he has that Wraith. He hadn't utilized it yet. It's usually taking so much damage, actually trying to jump right behind the NYXL, the Death Blossom from Architect. He gets stunned, and that's that problem when you're trying to go into this backline on the NYXL. You have to deal with Friday, who's now sleeping, but luckily Bernard and Architect find these two picks. The Nano Boost from Architect is gonna be so lethal after using that Death Blossom. He gets out in time, he doesn't get hit by the Diva Bomb, even though he got stunned right there. That's a threat.
Available for NYXL. Rally's nowhere really near there. Maybe they can create a space with this window.
And that's not the way you want to try to keep things here if you're trying to take the point. The grab though from Gushwei. Oh, what a big follow-up. And the anti, like you said, Jaws. That's exactly why this is so threatening. And Shy has a duplicate, is about to get the Diva Bomb. Gonna buy some time here, considering the fact that no one's here to touch the point.
Oh, Yakpeng gets lasered down.
Was the Gushwei and Bernard follow-up. Yakpeng now trying to fight for this high ground though. Going on to round 2, the NYXL need to do something, and this is exactly how you start that off. Finding IDK is big, but MCD has shut down Feather. NYXL still have more bodies here on the point with Gushwei going down. I like this start here, and they do get the point first.
Oh, is he going to make it? No, he is not. Goodbye.
Yeah, he took way too much. He could get Wraith and just Wraith right out of that situation. He gets pooped out, they notice him, and it's Shy the duplicate and Gushwei holding forward. You made note of what a strong player Gushwei is. Now imagine when you have Shy duplicating the Diva, getting a Diva Bomb and sending it forward into the NYXL. Shy, he just got a quick 3K there actually, being able to follow up from Gushwei. I love that play.
They're going to have to play a little bit more passive here. Graviton Surge comes out. In fact, everything is being thrown at the NYXL.
Oh, and that has the rally too from IDK to keep this engagement up, and not enough charge from Bernard, but enough to tickle. Feather goes down, and the Immortality Field's been forced out. They're gonna anti-Flora and shut down Flora too. A DPS attempt from the NYXL when Feather had that duplicate there, Jaws. Unfortunately, just got snubbed when you have Gushwei 2 getting a 2K.
Into some more of my own.
Oh, he's gonna have to use Immortality Field. There it is, the window too, but you can currently see the way that the Spark are forcing them out of the line of sight. Yeah, they have to touch the point soon. We're already nearly at 95%, but there may not even be enough bodies, Jaws, with Architect finding 2. Architect gets stunned, but luckily he has IDK right there. MCD taking a lot of damage, but it's the NYXL that are just dropping like flies. They have to clean up Feather before they can fully take this map, and coming in is gonna be Yakpeng rolling in, but nobody else left to sustain it.
Wow, what a map to start us off. The Spark looking so...
Putting on some pressure. I love the position that we're seeing from the Spark, but I even love better the punish that we're seeing from Feather onto Gushwei. That's a big pick, and you already see the NYXL wasting absolutely no time. Feather needs to boot Shy off of this high ground. He has some help up there, and it's Jonak who's going to hold back a little bit. He has the window to help protect them. And they're going to just move in here for free. I mean, Shy's still on the high ground there. He's probably just trying to wait. Yeah, and Architect's right there. I mean, it's right there, too. Gushwei is coming back. This is what they wanted, but they didn't touch in time. Shy and Architect were right there. They actually just want to see Flora teleport. He has the bubble on him, too, just in case to protect him. He has a Death Blossom, and the Spark know exactly what he wants. Look how spread out they're playing, but it doesn't matter. They grab Flora, isolate him, anti-him. They make sure that he has a troublesome time. Architect goes down from that Death Blossom, but the Supercharger from Shy after using that duplicate can help turn this fight in Spark's favor after losing Gushwei. This is the opportunity now for the NYXL to try to take this point as quickly as possible. They're nearly there for the first point. IDK is gone, and he's not in this fight, and neither is Bernard. They're trading that for Feather here, and Architect dies again. He couldn't even escape because you have Friday too busy shield bashing your face. You can see he's already about to round up to another rally. Jonak almost with another window. You're nearly right there here, Jaws, to try to take this whole point, and look at this time bank, 3 minutes and nearly 50 seconds.
IDK has gone down, they're just trickling onto the point now. If Architect can get back and make use of his ult, they might be good, but it doesn't look likely. He gets one shot by Flora, and that'll finish it off. 3 minutes and 42 seconds for the NY. Very, very low as Shy transforms into the Diva.
And this is a threat too, as Shy, he gets booted out of the mech, but doesn't have the duplicate, not the duplicate, but the Diva Bomb instead. Friday actually stunning Shy. That's a threat, but being able to get right back into your mech as quickly as possible spells success. Doesn't find anyone. Luckily, the building's right there to resort to. Feather, yeah, Feather's right there too, bringing this fight close quarters. When you're in this side room, you are just part of the Reaper sandwich that you don't want to get eaten up by. Bianca's found Bernard, and here comes a Death Blossom that Architect was able to build. Feather's turn now as he's going to get the Death Blossom himself. Gushway's in this primal. They stop Gushway and they do so much damage. The Spark were nearly there, but unfortunately, they only were able to get that one tick here. I love the way the Spark are playing, and it's the NYXL now that are forced into the side room. But look at those ultimates now, Jaws, as they unleash. Gushway gets stunned. What can they do? Nothing, because he gets melted.
Oh, beautiful sleep! MCD puts down. Flora cancels that high noon. They're going to be able to re-engage though now as Jonak is back to transform into Bianca. Jonak's going to be the first target, forced out in Mortality Field, and you might just find the win. Bernard's already down though, and IDK is to follow too. The window's doing too much damage.
And the fact too here that you not only have to deal with the window, but you have Architect holding onto the high ground, and now they've isolated him. There's nowhere for him to go, and now you have less than 30 seconds. Oh, and they do here. They boot Shy off, and unfortunately he can't get back, and it's OT here for the NYXL to keep holding back the Spark to potentially force the Spark to lose a third map of the month. And Flora finds Bernard. This is how you do it here. Architect is one, and he can't even use a Death Blossom again in this last fight. Yapon's on fire, he finds two, and Flora's unstoppable. Jaws, the NYXL successfully hold this defense around the Spark.
Wow, what a defense from this. That's going to be good for Gushway here is the bubbles. That's not ideal when you want to go coast because you want your other tank onto the high ground as well, absorbing some of that damage. MCD and Gushway get just evaporated, turned back into atoms. They kill Flora, but the spawn positions are so close it shouldn't really matter. It's just about this first.
They didn't get it just yet. It looks like now they just did. The Deadeye from Flora as he gets put to sleep. Huge sleep dart that we've been seeing from MCD come out, especially after that last game. Currently, Bernard has found Feather, and the way that the NYXL are falling here is not the way that the NYXL wants to play, especially with both the support fallen Jaws. Unfortunately, they're going to have to go for a reset. Great way for the Spark now to take this point. They've executed that perfectly, actually rotating through those ults to split up the NYXL like we've seen throughout the series. Yeah, absolutely. And then displace Yakpung, that's huge. A big ante though onto Friday in Florida. Luckily, Friday has that rally to keep the rest of the NYXL alive, and they're going to dive and make sure that Architect isn't a problem. Florida though, and using that window, the Deadeye and the damage, finding Architect and MCD. The Spark are at a huge disadvantage with Gushway taking too much damage, and they're going to want to go for a reset now.
Oh boy, Architect keep
for the Spark. So many ultimates to work with. Shy takes a lot of damage. He gets demexed immediately, and it's Gushway who's splitting the piece. Talk about splitting the NYXL. It's Gushway who's doing a lot of that. Shy's going to be able to utilize the Diva Bomb. He doesn't find anyone, but it's Friday who's finding IDK. It's a good start for the NYXL, but they've lost Flora and the Deadeye, and the Death Blossom from Architect, finding everyone, and the Spark are gonna get this payload moving to the second point. May not Supercharger. Oh, Jaws, the way that this is going back and forth, they finally find Feather. He's the first victim to fall in this team fight, and a huge ante onto Jonak and Flora. Hopefully with this window, though, they could buy some respect after finding Bernard, and it's Flora who's been able to find that head. He's gone out of this fight, and Friday is anteed. Can he do anything? No, he's gone. Gushway is terrorizing the piece on the back line.
He is, yeah, but Jonak, oh no. Oh, Gushway, the rising uppercut there, managed to take out Jonak, but the spawns are very much in favor of the NYXL here. Look, Jonak, he's going to have to back off. The self-destruct's going to clear everybody else's way as well.
Big ante that MCD has been so consistent with. The Death Blossom from Architect, he can fall from the skies, they won't see it coming. He could try to find a situation here, and here he goes, utilizing it, finding four. Architect has been absolutely on fire with this Reaper.
Oh, man.
By the NYXL is all actually due to the fact that Shy had gone down. The Deadeye by Shy!
He was too high.
He constantly finds these picks. Yeah, Shy unfortunately just didn't see it coming. Gushue got stunned, and now having the rally from Friday is going to buy even more time for the NYXL. The window and the Dead Blossom. Where are you going to go if you're the Spark? They find Bernard, and now they have less than 10 seconds, Jaws, to get on the payload.
I don't think they're going to be able to make it back in time. Gushue, I think, just killed 2 people of his own team. He booped Feather with his ultimate back into the rest of his team. MCD kills Flora, but it doesn't matter because he's in that fight again. The Death Blossoms have been so good, and that one to finish up the fight from Feather was fantastic, but it was aided by Gushue. This is Architect's cleanup for these points.
Talking about walking in a straight line, the way that Yakun is consistently finding these picks onto Shy has been huge. And now, not only has Yakun been put to sleep, but he also gets antied. Luckily, JoeNeX on the Baptiste to help save him with the immortality field. He's taking a lot of damage, but talking about Hangzhou, talking about the Dragons, Flora's found 2, and Bianca is going to match him, make it a 3K for Flora. The NYXL, they've gotten it together, wasting no time, 5 minutes in the time bank. For the team with the Genji, we've seen this so many times from Architect, and the grab to isolate
what are you doing there, son?
Oh, he was called out of position. Oh, unfortunately caught on 4K. Now Bianca is going to help get this max charge. Look at all this damage coming in. The NYXL, they're quite literally on a roll, and they've built up so much momentum. They're going to get this payload.
Find much. And now we're on the final corner, Vicky, with 5 minutes to go as well. And Bernard's already dead.
Ultimate. He had the grab. He dies with the grab, and IDK had pulled the trigger on the rally. Look at all the damage
they
he's
lose
taking.
right here, Vicky.
Oh, this is not the way you want things to go. If you're the Spark, they have no support either. That's it. The payload has reached its point. The NYXL now are...
Demolish it. High ground advantage now for the Spark, but NYXL not going to let this go down easy. Look at this window instantly opened. It pushes Gushue and the rest of the Spark down to the low ground.
Oh! And Flora following up too, making sure Architect had nowhere to go. And they're gonna chase here. And you talked about having to fight close quarters. Well, that's exactly what they're bringing to the Spark. Flora goes down, but without Flora, you were able to find 2 there. Bianca also try to clean things up, and great start for the NYXL on the defense. They also have enough time to get right back into position on the high ground.
Now on the Ash, so Architect has to be a little bit more careful. Deadeye to open it up, but it should just clear some space.
Now an Architect as well with the duplicate, copying the Diva. Now with that space though, you can see the Spark trying to get right behind the NYXL, and they found Yakpong. That's a big pick, and Architect with another pick onto JoeNeX. Make it crucial when you lose your main tank and your Baptiste, no immortality field, and the NYXL now are starting to look mortal. With Shy going down, he still was able to find one in the process. Architect's gonna be able to push all the way up to get some there to retreat. JoeNeX with the window again. MCD not there just yet. It's Shy with the Deadeye and the Supercharger too. They get rid of it. It's actually the Dynamite that negates it. And Bob now comes in to make sure that Bob isn't a problem. Not the 7th man on the field for the NYXL, but Feather now with the Death Blossom and Floor popping up. That was actually a follow-up too from the pool that we just saw from Yakpong, and also the Supercharger really enabling the NYXL with this damage boost.
6 engage.
Yep, and then there you see it. They're trying to circle around the Spark, taking some damage. He's going to be Shy. He's nearly won. They're forced onto the bridge, and they've isolated Shy. This is not what you want to see on overtime. They at least start to contest it. Architect has the duplicate, but it may be too late when you have Feather controlling your backline. He teleports onto the high ground, and now they just have to make sure that they can clean up around Architect and make sure they can fully hold the Spark. This is too late. They're trickling in now.
Too little, too late. The Spark are going to get held on first. The end. Gushue trying to go high ground. They didn't know where they were going to go. So actually a little bit of space has been offered here. Oh, what a kill onto JoeNeX though. Window's going to open up. Is it going to be enough?
It's on the payload too, and now the Bob's there from Shy. He's uncontested in the back and cleaning things up around Flora too. And Yakpong, they just unfortunately were in shambles the moment that JoeNeX had gone down. Good tracking from Shy, but that's what happens when you leave yourself open in the line of sight of Nash.
It very much looked like
Spark. Bernard taking so much damage, and Architect goes down first. That's not what you want here, especially since the Death Blossom would have been online for the fight. The rally to start the engagement, and the Supercharger with Gushue gets annihilated. The immediate meltdown from Yakpong.
They're gonna do it, Vicky.
Now, the NYXL, this is happening now, Jaws. The Spark can't do anything. They need to touch this point. They need to stop this payload.
They're not going to be able to do it. MCD's going to go down. They're going to contest for a couple of seconds, but that's going to be it.
The NYXL, they make it into the June Joust. The Spark, they're out. Despite their flawless record, this is what mattered. And in the end, it's the NYXL dethroning the Spark.
Absolutely unbelievable. The 4th seed knocks out the 1st seed. Spark.